It is the largest cash seizure in Miami-Dade police history. Over $24 million found inside the
$1.8 million right here. The $20 bills section.
Any reasonable person might wonder what someone would do with $330 million in cash. A question that CNN reporters believe the FBI should be asking Floyd Mayweather following their report that an enormous sum of money was discovered inside his Miami residence. According to the news network's findings, the boxer's homes and various business entities became the subject of searches and investigation after he was found to have outstanding tax debts stemming from his active years in the sport. These tax obligations were accompanied by multiple lawsuits and numerous reports alleging unpaid debts, fraudulent activities, financial misconduct, and involvement in questionable cryptocurrency schemes.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Typically, the FBI had attempted to freeze his accounts due to these issues, but soon discovered that the boxing legend keeps only a small portion of his wealth in banks, which led them to raid his homes in both Miami and Las Vegas. His Las Vegas residence, where he spent most of his time, did not yield many incriminating items, but the Miami mansion proved to be quite different as a hidden room protected by extensive security was discovered after careful investigation. All security personnel and workers in the building were handcuffed when none claimed to know how to access the room, and after hours of effort using their best intelligence, they finally broke the door open to find the space where he kept so much cash that they could not pack it all out of the house.
The attic, packed in orange Home Depot buckets, 150 grand in...
Throughout this entire operation, Floyd Mayweather himself was nowhere to be found, and in the end authorities locked the house, sent everyone out, and placed it under guard. In addition to the cash, they discovered more incriminating documents which forced them to call Mayweather in for questioning, but he has yet to respond or release any statement on the matter. With the allegations mounting against him, there is every possibility that he ends up in court and eventually prison unless he is granted an unlikely bail.
Money made, that's all I do is get money. Today is a rose gold day, as you can see.
Fans had a lot to say after this news broke, with some even claiming that he possesses large amounts of fake cash in his custody, expressing relief that Floyd is finally getting raided by the feds and suggesting it is about time it happened. One commenter remarked that the king of cash has been caught with his hands in the cookie jar and laughed heartily at the idea of $330 million in cash, adding that the amount is cute and guessing that Floyd has been watching too many episodes of Money Heist. Another fan wrote that Floyd's cash stash is almost as big as his ego and speculated that he has been saving up for his next big mouth, suggesting that the Fed should simply take all that money and give it to people who actually need it, like the homeless or similar causes.
The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s.
One fan humorously described the $20 bill section as the Andrew Jackson area, but said they personally like to call it wallpaper, referring to 200,000 20s, while another commented that Floyd's house is like a real-life game of Monopoly, except instead of fake money, it is real cash that he probably did not pay taxes on. Another person joked that Floyd's cash stash is so big it has its own gravitational pull, suggesting that is what happens when you're a master of the sweet science of money laundering. And one fan who feels Mayweather is getting what he deserves quipped that Floyd is finally getting what is coming to him with all that trash talk and flaunting of his wealth now that he is in trouble with the feds.
Like 1.8 million, you know how it is. Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made.
Finally, a funny observer added their comments saying they wonder if Floyd has a cash-only policy for his exhibition matches and suggested that might be why he always seems so broke after a fight, proposing that the Fed should just auction off all that cash and sell Floyd's money t-shirts with proceeds going to fund his next big ad campaign. The retired 50-0 boxing legend has always prided himself on his ability to generate hundreds of millions in the ring, and now that his career is done, he continues to enjoy the fruits of his labor, as recently demonstrated when the American posted a video showing off a special Arnold Schwarzenegger watch, the one-of-a-kind biggest Chanel bag in the world, and numerous dollar bills equating to 1.44 million euros in cash laid out on a table. Mayweather captioned the clip by sharing that he was once told the loudest person in the room is the weakest person in the room, adding that this applies to individuals doing something illegal, but in his case he is happy to flaunt his legal wealth and brag about being a black man who came from poverty, beat all odds, and does not give a freaking about what anybody thinks. Wishing everyone a happy 4th and declaring this is independence before saying let the fireworks begin, and in addition, he uploaded a simple image of himself with his money while directing a message specifically to his haters.
Of course, in this world, you know, I don't always play into, worry about what anyone says about me. But I wasn't doing the other day. I said, let me have some fun. Let me play with the people.
Yeah.
And, actually, man, something I want to show you. Yeah, let me show you something.
Okay.
I
I like being educated.
Okay. Man, one thing we don't want to.
Mayweather responds to years of criticism by stating that he has been hearing the same complaints for 23 years about how all he does is brag about his cars, jewelry, mansions, ladies' clothes, and money. To which he says he is happy that people spent over 2 decades hating on him instead of building their own legacy. A sentiment that reflects his status as one of the richest athletes to have ever graced the planet with an approximate net worth of around $450 million. And earnings exceeding $1.1 billion. And in his latest social media outburst, the 47-year-old has shown fans exactly what material wealth looks like by firstly posting an Instagram story of huge wads of cash that appear to represent hundreds of thousands of dollars laid out across the floor.
It's really show account numbers. But man, last time I checked, it's still right there.
Ooh, hold on, let me get. Oh shit.
Man, it's still right there.
Oh shit.
I still got it.
Okay.
I still got it just for the record. I still got it just for the record.
Okay. Damn. Shit could be bullshitting.
Still got it just for the record. I still got the 100. Still got 100 million I ain't never even touched. That's just for the record.
Shortly after displaying the cash, he posed on the runway of an airport for the camera before zooming in on his custom-made private jet which sat there ready to leave. A huge airliner with silver and gold coloring and the huge letters TMT representing the money team printed on the back wing, along with Mayweather written on the side, and he shouted as he turned towards it that it was not bad for a high school dropout. Though fans were not as impressed as many might have thought with one writing, that he is really insecure as hell.
Time to go, let's go. Just for the record.
That's just for the record.
That's crazy though that after all these years, they still.
It doesn't. The thing is this, man. You must realize this. Just about life. The thing is this. If you don't have no money, you ain't gonna have no money problems. You know what I'm saying? For you to even have any money.
Another fan echoed similar sentiments by writing what a clown and describing him as the most insecure person I have ever seen, while a different commenter went deeper into the post by adding that someone who has to flex is usually self-conscious and feels the need to show off to make themselves feel better in comparison to others. With one person noting that this guy is always flexing and is clearly self-conscious about not being able to read, and another wrote that he thinks he is inspirational, leading one fan to joke by asking whether Floyd will ever be broke again.
Or keep them talking about what you're doing. It's obvious you must making some noise some type of way. So I'm making some noise some type of way. Whether it's in the ring or out the ring. Like I showed the people, actually, I paid, I think it was in 2015, I think I paid him, that was just 3 checks, but I gave him another check. I think I gave him over 34 million. That's what I paid in 2015. Come down here. Look at the color up top. Time for me to go to bed. Time for me to go to bed. See you guys in the land.
Two fans offered more positive perspectives, with the first pointing out that Mayweather's success is a testament to his drive and skill, noting that dropping out did not stop him from reaching the top and calling him impressive as always, while a final fan concluded that he is the greatest boxer of all time, showing what he has earned and declaring Floyd the GOAT. Yet the boxer, who regularly flaunts his wealth, recently defended himself on social media by saying his empire is rock solid and the IRS just wants to be part of the Money May show.
Yeah, right. Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give him that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
That is.
It was even claimed that he faked a tax receipt, which he posted on his social media recently just to deceive the public. Though Mayweather's nickname Money aptly reflects his dominance in the boxing ring and his ability to generate immense wealth through his fights and ventures, and he has publicly revealed on social media that he paid a whopping 8-figure sum in tax over the last year.
These 4 special timepieces right here come as a package. Forbes just done a crazy story on the Hue collection. I need you guys to go check it out. Now, when I travel, I like to take 7 watches, 7 Ivy & Co watches. Now, I know in the past, I talked about 30 watches, 40 watches, but now it's all about the Hue collection and these 3 watches. Ivy & Co, let's go, the Hue collection.
Mayweather is known as one of the richest sports figures in history due to his stunning exploits in the ring, which earned him enormous fight purses and led to his nickname Money. And although retired from professional boxing, he has returned for a series of exhibition fights while also owning numerous businesses and multiple properties, with reports in December suggesting that an agreement had been made for a rematch against Manny Pacquiao in a 2024 exhibition clash thought to be in Japan, as the two reignite their rivalry later this year.
It's as wild.
Yeah. Well, and not to mention that could be proven, right? You just take the camera. You don't have to tell the audience it's sold out. Just take the camera and show us if it's sold out. I mean, it's as simple as doing that. Can I tell you one that's interesting? Floyd Mayweather, just before he came Floyd, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, in fact, at the time. The year was 2005. Portland, my hometown, and he fought Sean Bay Mitchell, who was a former world champion. So they fought
the tassel shorts.
Yep, that's exactly right. Good memory, by the way. Gooseman promoted that.
Mayweather has spared no expense on social media when it comes to flaunting his earnings, recently posting a picture of his tax check accompanied by a typically brash and posturing caption in which he wrote that just before he paid that light million and change for that little Super Bowl stuff, he had to pay the IRS, also known as Uncle Sam, $18 million. Adding that this is what he owed in taxes while retired, so people should just imagine what he was paying when he was still actively fighting. And as far back as 2017, as a result of the fake documents he presented, he told reporters he had already taken care of his taxes by stating he was not worried about that, and reminding them he showed everyone a $100 million check he did not even cash on stage from his fight against Pacquiao, so he was not tripping on that.
What? Cut a $100 million check to the IRS. Yeah. Give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced him to someone that knew the game and that could save him money, he would look at that as a business move.
Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glovelord and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.